Hi there, students. To upcycle, to downcycle, and then the upcycle as a noun, the downcycle as a noun, and upcycling as a noun, and downcycling as a noun. We need to look at all of those. Okay, so to upcycle and to downcycle, firstly, as verbs, these are related to recycling. To upcycle is to take a waste material or something that's rubbish or something that's deteriorated and convert it into something new, something usable, something that has much greater functionality. So to recycle a used product into something that people can use, to make new furniture, to make new objects, to make new clothes, to make new material out of old things, out of waste material. So for example, if you took an old jersey that had holes in it and you took out all the wool and you knitted that into a new jersey, that is upcycling. There you go, there's the noun. Okay, so upcycling, it's how making things from rubbish. For example, as well, I've seen them make shoes out of old car tires. That's upcycling as well. Now, in this, downcycling is to recycle something, but to break it down into its constituent elements. So you could either upcycle your empty plastic bottles by making beautiful lights out of them, or you could downcycle them and make them into plastic for reuse. Okay, so upcycling and downcycling. Now, the upcycle and the downcycle, these two are totally different. This is to do with economics. For example, many systems are cyclic. For example, the tide. Well, the upcycle of the tide is when the tide is rising until it gets to the high tide. And the downcycle is when it comes down to low tide. But let's see. Upcycle and downcycle. Economic systems tend to have economic cycles. I think they say that the cycle is perhaps a 7-year cycle. So the upcycle is when things are getting better and better and better and better, and then they reach the top, and then we have the downcycle where things get worse and worse until they reach the bottom, and then you have another upcycle. So the current economic down cycle will be followed by an economic upcycle, and that in turn will be followed by another economic down cycle. So maybe property prices, these are cyclic. They go up, they get better and worse. So there was a downcycle in property prices in the late 90s, for example. The Bank of England has made money more available to ease the current downcycle. Whereas in an upcycle where things are getting better, then unemployment drops, but inflation rises, for example. Okay, so the upcycle and the downcycle, yeah, it's completely different to upcycling and downcycling. Okay, so to upcycle something, to take something and make something new out of it, to take something that's in the waste and make something new, that's upcycling. And then downcycling is to take it and break it down into its constituent parts. So upcycling would be taking a piece of furniture and making it into a different piece of furniture that's useful. Whereas downcycling the piece of furniture would be separating it into the individual pieces of wood for use at a later date to make things. Okay, so the upcycle and the downcycle. The upward course in the business cycle, the downcycle, the downward course in the business cycle. Upcycling and downcycling. Yeah, they're different things. One is to do with recycling materials. Yeah, you either make it more complex or less complex, but both for reuse. And then the upcycle, downcycle, is talking about things that have different cycles. They are sinusoidal and they go up and down. So the downcycle of the economy is followed by an upcycle. Okay, so let's see, to downcycle, to upcycle, this comes from the word to recycle. And the downcycle, the upcycle, this comes from cyclic. But these are talking about circles. It's all talking about things going round and round and round and round. Yeah? Anyway, formality. I think to upcycle to downcycle, 5.5 in formality, use absolutely anywhere. The downcycle, the upcycle, maybe 6 in formality, use in a semi-formal conversation, semi-formal or formal writing. So anyway, enough. If you enjoyed the video, give it a rating, subscribe to my channel, and I will see you soon. Bye for now. Upcycle, downcycle. Upcycling, downcycling.